Welcome, welcome. We're going to start as soon as the live goes. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for jumping into day 2 of Holiday Harmony. And it's a practice of showing up, a practice of mindfulness. Thank you so much for jumping in. Thank you for taking the time to join me or watch the replay. Great to have you. Thank you. Thanks for taking time to be present for yourself. So let's just take a look at, with your parenting lens on, can you relate to these statements? I didn't introduce myself. My name is Mary Gugesberg. I'm the owner and founder of MKG Parent Coach, where my goal is really helping parents bring that mindfulness, kindness, and gratitude to every parenting situation. So with that parenting lens, do you relate to any of these statements? Do you relate to your to-do list is a mile long? It might be even longer than the monthly grocery list. Do you feel like you're just surviving? You're just barely getting by, or maybe you're running all the time on autopilot. Maybe you're counting the hours until your kiddo's bedtime. Or you feel like there's more bickering, there's more tension in the home at this time of year. There's squabbles between siblings, there's squabbles between co-parents, and maybe there's squabbles between parent and child. I just want to affirm you, you're not alone. This is a challenging time. And these are comments that I personally related to when my kiddos were young, and I hear these comments from my clients. So with that, let's just breathe into this, and here we go. How I like to start all of my coaching sessions is just getting us grounded, stepping into being mindful, being present. And this is a poem from a book written by Meta Herrick Carlson, you'll see there, and it's in her book called Ordinary Blessings for Parents. So get comfortable, plant your feet, sit, whatever is comfortable, soften, close, or maybe even soften your eyes, or if you wish, read along with me. And this poem is called For Awe. Today, I stopped to marvel at you in an ordinary moment, and I counted myself among the fortunate ones who have seen a glimpse of how good it can be in this life. I watched the way you moved, your mannerisms and sounds, so intimate to my senses. I thought I might burst with pride for who you are when you aren't trying to be anyone else but you. Later, I won't be able to recall what you were doing or why that moment seemed so stunning. But my heart will remember the way it burst open all over again in awe that I get to call you mine. So just be present for a moment. What resonated with you? Which words in this poem did you just go, oh, it's just what I needed to hear today? I love the part where it talks about, I thought I might burst with pride for who you are when you aren't trying to be anyone else but you. Again, my name is Mary Gugesberg, owner and founder of MKG Parent Coach. I've been a parent educator for many years, and it was parents coming up to me at the end of those sessions or messaging me later saying, great information, I need more. And that's why I started that hand-in-hand support, so that I can show up and bring the support that a parent is craving into their own home, helping parents bring that mindfulness, kindness, and gratitude to every parenting situation. Thank you so much for taking the time. Here's what we're going to cover. We're going to talk about harmony, holiday harmony. We're going to talk about the benefits of showing up for yourself and how that ripples into your loved ones. And then join me tomorrow, because tomorrow we're going to walk into the practicing of this being present for yourself. So let's start with harmony. According to Merriam-Webster, harmony is defined as a balanced, pleasing, or suitable arrangement of parts. So, what words come to mind when I think of harmony? I think of peace. Think of unity, solidarity, collaboration, order, balance. So is that the vision you have for your holiday season? Maybe even like when your kiddos are home over winter break. Is the vision that you have is harmony? One thing that will help in that bringing that harmony is being present. And yesterday we talked about the risks of us parents not being present for our loved ones, not being present for ourselves. So today I want you to just step into the gift of being present, being here in the now, first to yourself and then to others. And this goes for anyone that is blessed to be in your company. It could be coworkers, it could be people in the grocery store, it could be when you're running your errands. And know that in this workshop, I'm using the word presence, mindfulness, and mindful awareness all interchangeably. And I have this great quote. It's by Jon Kabat-Zinn, and he writes, mindfulness is awareness cultivated by paying attention in a sustained and particular way, on purpose in the present moment, and non-judgmentally. In the present moment, non-judgmentally. So let's do a quick true or false. What is mindfulness? Is mindfulness easy? What do you think? Is mindfulness easy? It's not easy. And you might be able to master some of the mindfulness techniques, maybe even on the first time you try them. But try it on your own every day, 5 minutes for 21 days, and you'll find that it may not be easy. Why? Why is it not easy? Because stressful situations arise and willpower fades. You may not be aware when your body is having a physical reaction to stress, or you spent a lot of time worrying. Mindfulness is also being aware of when you personally need to reconnect to the moment, and it invites more time in the present, in the here, in the now. That's mindfulness. Let's do another true or false. True or false? You can be mindful when you're doing dishes. True or false? I hope you said true, because you can be mindful when you're doing anything. Use your 5 senses one by one to observe the present moment. And if your mind starts to wander, just gently bring it back, and maybe even come in tune with the air going in and the air going out, the inhales and the exhales. And one way that is helpful when we're here, feel our mind wandering, if we're trying to really settle in, is to inhale through your nose for 4 seconds, pause, hold your breath for 4 seconds, and then exhale. And try and use your belly breathing, not just up here, your upper body, because when you use belly breathing, you use your whole entire lung. I love this quote. We need to do a better job of putting ourselves higher on our own to-do list. So that's what you're doing today. Thank you. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for the quote from Michelle Obama. And now, what can you do about it? How can you bring that harmony into your home? So some benefits when we uncover and spend time showing up for ourselves is, first off, it strengthens our attention. Our minds wander so easy that when we get to strengthen our attention through mindfulness or being present, it helps us show up by activating our listening skills. And when we activate our listening skills, it's that focused attention. It actually helps activate the brain, especially the prefrontal cortex. That's that decision-making part of the brain. And when we strengthen our listening and our attention, it helps us to listen to understand, not to respond. And I like the question, what am I listening for? Again, when I think about that, it helps me settle in and really be attentive to the other person. What am I feeling? What are they feeling? When we pause and we show up for ourselves, it promotes resiliency and emotional balance, because we know how easy it is to check out when someone's talking and our mind wanders, or maybe when we're trying to ask our kiddo to do their chores and they're ignoring us. Well, what if we pause, check in with what we're feeling, check in with ourselves, and that helps bring that brain back into alignment. We talked yesterday about flip your lid, and it helps bring our brains back into that alignment. And then that's that bringing that sense of calm, even in challenging times. So it's that I will bounce back. That's resiliency, right? When things get hard, tools do I have to be resilient and return back? Pausing and showing up for yourself, it helps build empathy. And empathy helps us know what we're feeling and what the other person is feeling. Maybe you know this about me, maybe not. I'm a really big fan of Brene Brown, and she writes, empathy is connecting with people so we know we're not alone, even when we're struggling. Empathy is connecting with people so we know we're not alone, even when we're struggling. Empathy is I feel with you. Compassion and empathy is I feel with you. Compassion involves feeling moved by another's suffering so that your heart responds to their pain. And that's information from Kristin Neff. She's authored many self-compassion books. I think when we talk about empathy, it's also important to talk about sympathy. And sympathy is I feel bad for you, where empathy is I feel with you. Sympathy, it makes us feel more alone. It actually is a lodge in a relationship where a wedge, maybe is a better word to use, a wedge in a relationship where empathy helps us feel connected. And when we take a deeper look at empathy, it really helps parents. It helps us show up for our kiddos. And when we get to show up for our kiddos and practice this I feel with you empathy, it gives us that opportunity to connect and not fix. Because remember, every feeling equals a need. And maybe your kiddos just need you to be an active listener. That being a listener, listening to understand, not to respond, not to fix. I hope that is all making sense. There's great benefits of showing up for yourself. So how do we be present it is actually being present is no quick fix. It's not a tool, but it becomes a way of life. And it goes way beyond the formal practices that some people are very attentive to in yoga practice. And it goes beyond that. Rather simply being aware of the right now, what's going on, in paying attention without getting carried away by judgment. So just like I have on the diagram here, being aware, being in the right now, paying attention, judgment-free, and kindness for yourself and others. So I invite you, how can you practice this during the holiday season? Join me tomorrow for an opportunity to dive deeper into mindfulness practices. We are going to practice, and I'll give you resources of calming tools. In the meantime, thank you. Thanks for jumping in. Thanks for joining me. Please know that it takes the world to raise a child. The saying goes, right? It takes a village to raise a child. Well, parents, you're not meant to do this alone either. So reach out. There are my connection ways that we can find ways to stay connected. And thanks. Thank you for what you do. Thanks for being here with me. Blessings on the parenting journey. And I'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Take care. Thanks much.